Dempsey Mckean against Moses Itauma, live on DAZN, December the 21st.
Dempsey could hit harder. Dempsey could have a better chin. But can you use them attributes? Can you use them against me?
It's very dangerous to look past people, especially at the high level.
Do you know what it is though, yeah? Have you ever seen someone that boxes like me? I don't think so.
It's a fight. It's going to be a tear-up one way or another.
What do you say, Moses, to Dempsey saying you haven't fought anyone of note?
I haven't. He's going to give me opportunities, which I will capitalise on.
Vice versa. Works both ways, doesn't it? So
it'll just be fireworks. I'm looking forward to it, Dempsey.
So am I.
Trust me.
Experience in this one, obviously less than half the fights that you fought, Dempsey. How much is this going to play a part?
Yeah, look, it's different with the amateurs and the pros. I know that, but at the same sense, I didn't have any amateur fights as well. I competed straight into professional boxing when I was doing mixed martial arts and Muay Thai. He's obviously got the amateur pedigree over me, but with the professional ranks, it's completely different. But yeah, we probably had the same amount of fights as well.
Experience not at all going to play a part. Obviously, you're the
No,
experience.
it could. I've never seen that 8-rounder, 7-rounder, 8-rounder, 9-rounder, or 10-round. And for Dempsey Mckean, I'll be prepared for a 10-rounder, but it's not going to go 10.
That's right.
I don't want it to go 10 anyway.
But if it does, you're gonna learn some things about yourself as well. I've gone 10 rounds multiple times, 12 rounds as well, so I do have that experience and that upper advantage there too. So,
what do you learn about yourself in those sort of latter rounds that Moses hasn't almost experienced?
It gets tough in there, you know. You got to keep on pushing. It's a fight. You get tired. You got to put yourself in those positions as well, especially if it's a hard, grueling fight. So, you know, we're going to see anyway. If it does go the distance, if it goes the later rounds, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
What do you say, Moses, to Dempsey saying you haven't fought anyone of note?
I haven't.
So you agree with that?
Yeah.
Does that matter at all?
I don't think anything that Dempsey says. Let's say he was to throw this chair at me right now, this table,
Please don't.
sorry. Yeah.
All good.
Let's say he
Wait
does
till
that,
the end.
yeah.
Wait till the end.
Yeah.
That doesn't win this fight. That doesn't win this fight. Listen, whatever he says, it's not going to get under my skin. I got to go in there and I got to fight. And I've got to do that to my best of my ability and obviously try and knock this man out. Whether I can do it, whether I can't do it, it's going to be a W for me anyway. So I'm looking forward to
good old-fashioned tear-up.
And
that's the mentality you got to have. You got to back yourself. You got to be confident.
I'm not trying to get into no tear-up.
It'll be a tear-up. It's a fight. It's going to be a tear-up one way or another.
Listen, I ain't trying to. Listen, I watched Fraser Clark versus Fabio Wardley #1. Never thought that I'd fancy that. Listen, I'll be able to get into that, but I never thought I'd fancy that. I don't want to be in this is a tight fight. Nah, I just want it to be like, I'm going to smash you unanimous.
That's right.
There's no...
Think that way. That's where you got to back yourself. The feelings are mutual. Don't worry.
No. Obviously, I get that, but it's just when you say coming into a tear-up, I ain't trying to be there. I'm trying to outbox you and then knock you out.
That's right. Think that way.
And Moses, you fought twice on a Riyadh season card now, twice in Saudi. Do you think you've got an advantage over Dempsey because of that?
No, so...
Why not?
It doesn't make no difference. It doesn't make no difference. At the end of the day, Dempsey's had a lot more fights than I have. But yeah, again, I didn't just start boxing yesterday. I've been boxing since I was 9 years old. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I have been overlooking Dempsey, but then like, from yesterday's press conference, I'm like, okay, he's switched on, he's ready to fight. So I'm like, I need to bring my A game as well.
I know, you guys have been planning quite a few steps ahead, aren't you? Obviously, you want to try and beat Mike Tyson's record world title, and you guys have probably got your sights set on Joseph Parker after me, and I think that's a route they're looking at taking. You know, he's got the interim world champions. That's probably going to be the quickest route they're looking at. But
how do you know this?
I know, because I've been in the game a long time, mate. I know.
I'm not saying it's correct.
It's correct, isn't it? That's why Joseph Parker hasn't had a fight in a while. They've probably been saying sit on the sideline a bit, and then you're going to look at getting through me and then taking Joseph Parker, and that's the quickest route to the WBO title. So that's what me and my team would be doing as well. But it's very dangerous to look past people, especially at the high level.
Do you know what it is though, yeah? I've called out the winner, David Adelaide and Solomon Dakers. I called out Dempsey Mckean, Simon Mckean. I called out even Fabio, who's in the same gym as me. To get on me probably wasn't a good idea. But it's like I said, you was the only one that took the fight, and I've got to thank you for that, because it takes two to tango. Me and Dempsey here, listen, I don't hate the man, I don't know you, do you know what I mean? So me and Dempsey are going to go to war. It's funny because me and him were just cracking jokes 2 minutes ago, But I'm going to have to knock this man out. On,
Vice versa, brother. Vice versa. I don't have to have that
21st.
animosity to be able to fight someone. Like the type of person I am, I don't have to hate someone to get in the ring with them, you know, and have a laugh beforehand, have a beer with them after the fight as well. That's the type of man I am.
Listen, it makes it easier when you are boxing the It does make it easier. It does make it easier, but he's here, I'm here, and I'm happy. I'm happy. And it's a matchup that I really, really, really did like.
Like you said, when that bell rings, it's going to be two different animals in there as well, you know?
I mean, you said earlier in that room next door, lights out and then nights out.
Yeah.
You want to knock his lights out and then you want to have a night out with him.
I said lights out, nights
out. So, yeah.
It's a weird sport where you can literally be talking beforehand, get in the ring, and you're trying to take each other's head off, and then afterwards you're best friends again because you earn that respect in there. It's a funny sport, but wouldn't have it any other way.
Your last defeat to Filip Hrgovic.
Which was a good fight, by the way.
I know, first big step up fight as well against number one. You know, everyone ruled me out of that fight. A couple close rounds. Scorecards were quite close towards the end as well. Thought it was a bit of a crappy stoppage. You know, he hit me with a good cracker of a right hand. Obviously, I want to continue, but it is what it is. So we move on.
Obviously, his knockout power is something.
It's heavyweight division, isn't it?
It is
you all punch
heavyweight.
pretty hard. You hit someone clean, it's going to hurt.
That's very true.
Yeah. That's just how it is. Like,
but when your record is 8 out of 10, 8 are knockouts.
Could have been more.
Could have been more, but it's 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, Dempsey, looking at that, you know, how do you deal with that? Or, you know, what have you been? Have you focused on that at all? That 8 of his 10 wins have been by knockout.
No, not really. Like he's got some power. You can see that. He's got some speed as well, and that equals power. And but you can also look at the competition as well. Obviously, it gets a lot easier to knock out. Lesser competition as well. When you go through the ranks, it becomes a bit harder as well. So and we're going to see in the next fight. And
so I'll disagree with that. I think the better the competition, I think the easier it will be to knock out. It's hard to knock a guy out
when they don't want to trade or throw back.
When they're not trying to trade. I feel like if Dempsey throws a jab, I can counter it. Whereas if you're not throwing a jab, I can't really do anything. As you can tell, I went from, at one point, I was 4-0 with 2 knockouts. Now I'm 10-0 with 8 knockouts. The fact is, my opposition has been stepping up, and when my opposition steps up, that's when I bowl them over, because they're giving me opportunities. And that's why I think Dempsey Mckean's perfect, because he's going to come to fight. He may drag me into the deep waters, which obviously I want, but then yet again, he's going to give me opportunities, which I will capitalise on.
Vice versa. Works both ways, doesn't it? So that's the aim of the game, isn't it?
Is he your toughest test so far?
Yeah, of course, as a professional, 100%. I feel that, no disrespect to you, but I've been in the ring with a lot of better, which I believe a lot of better opposition, but in the ring, it might not matter. We'll see. I've never been hit with a 10-ounce glove. You might be the first person to do it.
Yeah.
You can run away with that. I was the first man to hit Moses. Do you know what I mean?
Do more than that.
Well, listen, like I said, if you're meant to come into this fight thinking you're going to win, I'm meant to come into this fight thinking I'm going to win. And that's going to be a perfect setup for, obviously, when the fight does happen, it'll just be fireworks. I'm looking forward to it, Dempsey.
So am I. I am.
Trust me.
It's going to be a good test. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, who hits hardest out of you two?
Is that a trick question?
No.
I do.
He does.
There we go.
Listen, I'm not going to argue my point. He'll feel it when it comes December. Like, I don't really want to sit here and tell him, oh, like, I hit harder, you hit harder, I got a better hairline, you got a better hairline. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Both pretty average on that one.
It don't matter.
Got a few more years on you, that's my excuse.
It just don't matter. It don't matter. Even if he does hit harder than me, what's the whole point of having a good punch and not land it? You got to land it. You got to land it. Do you get what I mean? So it doesn't matter if you hit harder than me. It doesn't matter if you got a better chin. It doesn't matter all that.
Who has got the better chin?
He probably does. I ain't gonna lie. You took that shot well.
Yeah.
You probably have got a better chin. My chin hasn't been tested. I don't want to ever be tested. I don't want you to ever ask me that question.
Smart.
I don't want you to ever answer me that question. I'll be like, yeah, I've got a better chin than him. Because that's not something. That's not something.
I'm not saying you answer yourself. I want you to answer honestly.
No, but that's not what you should be applauded for.
I'm not saying you should be applauded for
People that be applauded, you are correct there. People that get applauded for having good chins are just dummies. Like, why? Are you a punch bag? Do you know what I mean? Do you want to get hit? Dempsey could hit harder. Dempsey could have a better chin. Dempsey could be quicker, whatever. But can you use them attributes? That's the real question. And okay, let's say you can use the attributes. Can you use them against me? Have you ever seen someone that boxes like me? I don't think so.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Then we'll see. We'll see how you handle it then. We'll see how you handle it.
Yes, we will. We will see on December the 21st, Dempsey Mckean against Moses Itauma. Live on DAZN. Shake hands.
All the
I'm glad
best.
the table didn't get flipped. We're
No,
good.
it's coming, don't worry.